Hi guys, my name is Nicolette Lopez, and today I'm going to be discussing the social judgment theory that we covered in Module 12. I'll begin by explaining the communication phenomenon that this theory is attempting to break down. Then I'm going to discuss how it's relevant in everyday life, followed by how it's related to my own life. For starters, the social judgment theory is useful in that it helps break down and understand the concept of persuasion. In the book, they describe this theory as analyzing an idea and then comparing it to our own attitudes. You can then sort and organize these attitudes into 3 different latitudes. The first is going to be your latitude of acceptance, which are ideas and concepts that we are willing to consider because they sound reasonable to us. The second is going to be our latitude of rejection, which are ideas and concepts that we automatically object to because they don't sound very reasonable from our perception. The third is going to be our latitude of non-commitment, which are ideas and concepts that we basically feel indifferent about. Attitudes as latitudes is a great way to rank an issue's importance to oneself or to someone else. This way, you can create a successful argument that has a better chance at persuading your audience. The chapter goes on to talk about ego involvement and how it contributes to the social judgment theory. Ego involvement is basically the importance of an issue to somebody or to yourself. And once you understand that concept, you can realize that high ego involvement will lead you to 3 predictions. The first is going to be that you have a big latitude of rejection. The second is that you're most likely to have no latitude of non-commitment. The third is that you're extremely passionate about this one particular topic. By understanding this concept, you can use ego involvement to create an argument that will persuade your audience and overall end up in their latitude of acceptance. This brings me to my second main point. We see social judgment in everyday social movements, political platforms, and advertisements. For example, Donald Trump knows that Republicans are highly ego involved in immigration and taxes. Therefore, in his presidential election, he addressed these 2 issues because they very easily fall within the latitude of acceptance of the Republican Party, whether or not they like him as a person or not. Another example are feminists, which is just another social movement. They stand for many different causes, though they use the most relevant and general topics to gain the support and recognition of society, which most often is wage differences. This is going to bring me to my third topic, which is how the social judgment theory is useful in work settings. If I were to be being interviewed for a job, I could use this concept to persuade the person interviewing me that I'm the best applicant for the job. Because if I understand what they're highly ego involved with, which hopefully is communications, then I can easily sway them and say statements that fall within their latitude of acceptance and get them to like me. The second is that I could also take advantage of this theory by using the structure of a good enough argument to persuade a friend to go somewhere with me. Say I want to go to the mall, but I don't want to go alone. So I know that my friend likes Forever 21. I tell her, we could visit Forever 21, I'm looking for a dress. So that automatically is going to fall into her latitude of acceptance. And she'll probably more likely be willing to go with me to the mall after that. So overall, guys, the social judgment theory is relevant in everyday life, and it can be useful and helpful in gaining support for a cause or simply convincing somebody to act on an issue. We see this concept practiced every day, and it's in advertisements again, it's in political platforms, you're going to see it in social movements, you even see it in social media, because they're trying to gain your attention by getting those little topics that you like. And those are going to be your latitude of acceptance. So next time you're trying to get somebody to do something for you, or you want to be liked by somebody, or you want to persuade them to do something, look for the social judgment theory, find out what their latitude of acceptance is, avoid their latitude of rejection, avoid their latitude of non-commitment so that you are important to them. So, thanks guys.